Hey, what up, Strong Long fans? Did you miss me? Yeah, if you want to hear the story of how these girls gets defeated, I'm gonna add these three: the Disguiser, the Space Specters, and I forgot what these girls are called. But yeah, if you want to know how they all get defeated, well, hold on, let me do this real quick. I'll be with you in a moment. So hold on. There we go. Okay. So yeah, the Disguiser. Yeah. So Fango. So yeah. She'll show up after these ones. The Sand Specters. Yeah, the Sand Specters. Yeah, she'll show up after them. I know I just explained about them. So yeah, the Disguiser. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So here's what you. So yeah, the first thing we know, Fango is looking after. We don't see. I know we'll. So yeah, of course we'll see Hacker tell Fango that the Dream Gate was open, but then we'll cut to him already in his mecha suit in the woods. We see that. Now the funny thing is that this thing can actually turn itself into anything. Well, this fight's in the woods, so you won't see them destroying any vehicles and structures. All you'll see is like a lot of trees get knocked over. And Fango fights her. But the funny thing is, she actually turns herself into the mecha suit that Fango's using. And it's really, really funny. Because she turns herself into, like, Fango's friends, like Hacker, and, of course, Fango himself. But then... And then she turns herself into, like, let's say she also turns herself into, like, Daimi and Axel and Austin, but then she turns herself back into... But then when Fango punches her so many times, she turns back to herself. And then he pushes her onto a substation. And he electrocutes her. As I was saying, it electrocutes her when she gets pushed onto the substation. She needs to shut up. But yeah, she gets electrocuted. Yeah. After Fango electrocutes her, let's get to the next Lunerboonie. And the Space Specters. So yeah, the Space Specters. These are alien robots. They're all female. They're actually they got all sorts of weapons. You can see. I can show you all their weapons pretty soon. They got like machine guns and rockets and laser cannons and naval cannons, all sorts of cannons. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. They even have laser eyes. And some has like, yeah, I'll show you each part here pretty, well, maybe in a different podcast. I'll show you how they work. But yeah, this episode with these girls was totally a war. Fango was in like a real war with these girls. And we see, yeah, he was like going like, "What? There's too many." Let's say he's using like a really strong mecha suit, a really armored one, and he's fighting the Space Specters with these like, so many machine gun bullets and rockets hitting his mecha suit and lasers. He's like, ah! Yeah, and he's like, and this is when he pushes them into the, let me figure out how to pronounce this. Okay, so I actually saw that it was actually pronounced Mosque, not Moscow. Or, I saw, yeah, it's like these big, like, buildings. Like, Fango had to use one of those structures to defeat these girls. Let's say he just uses, like, all 4 of its towers. It had 4 towers. And then he just hits each one with each tower. And then they all fall. They all fall on the building itself. And then they're all down after Fango does that. And then And then after he defeats them, we cut to these girls after the day. Uh, like it says the next day or whatever day number. It says day whatever number. Now these girls, I don't know what to call them. I gotta call them something. Okay, these girls I should call the pixelators. Yeah, because whatever they hit, they punch, kick, or whatever turns into pixels. They also, like whatever they hit, like, turns into pixels. Yeah. Like, yeah, it just, like a whole bunch of cubes just comes off. Yeah, like, you've probably seen in the movie Pixels. Well, not truly like that. It's much similar. But yeah, whatever they like shoot at or hit will turn into pixels. Like it just turns, like each part, like if they like destroy a car or a truck or a building or anything, it will just turn into like a whole bunch of like cubes, like little cubes. Yeah, and they just go everywhere. They just shatter into a whole bunch of cubes. Something like that. It's pretty cool, to be honest. Fango had to, yeah. And that's when we see him. He uses this, this battle was actually taking place in Torchwood. And then Fango, he had to use the Torchwood welcome sign to defeat them. He had to use the welcome sign, and he just throws it through each one's body. And it just goes through the red one and then through the pink one. Let's say it actually bounces off of them. And then it bounces off. And then it hits the pink one. Or let's say first it hits the blue one, then it hits the red one, then the yellow one, and then the pink one. Or maybe let's say it hits the blue one, the pink one, the red one, and then the yellow one. And then each part it hits them, that's when they get a whole, like it destroys their core, and then they just burst into dozens of cubes, like, phew. Yep, and those girls are down. They were made out of pixels, well, not exactly, but yeah. The pixelators are down. I want to see I forgot what I called these girls, by the way. I mean, I did add them, but I might want to figure out what their name is. Let me see what their name was. The Polcherlins. I guess that's a good name, I guess. I think I named them something else after that. The Polcherlins. I may have named them something else. Let me see. Okay, turns out I just called them the Poltergeist Twins, but maybe I should give them, like, a different name. Like, they can just, let's say, maybe we could call them, maybe, like, whatever they hit will, maybe, most likely just melt. Maybe it just, like, it can melt. Maybe we could call them the Melters, or the Liquefiers. No. I don't know. Maybe we could call them the Toasters. Or something like that. Like, they have, like, this beam and whatever they shoot at. It's like the yellow one, like a red beam comes out of her eyes, and then there's, like, this red plasma, like, goop, and it's, like, melt and whatever she hit. And for the green one, she's got, like, the blue beam that whatever it hits, it puts blue, like very hot, like, goop. It's kind of like lava, but it's, like quickly melting whatever it just destroyed. It's just like melting it. It's like even melting the ground. Something like that. It's actually kind of a good choice, yeah. It's like it just melts an entire car or building. Let's say they even melt a bridge in this battle. And then you just see, let's say it doesn't really do anything to the water. Because all the water does, maybe, let's just say it makes the water boil a little bit. Or no, let's just say it just doesn't do anything to the water once it gets in the water. Let's say it just stops glowing. Maybe let's say it turns into stone if it gets like in water, maybe if it like gets wet. Yeah. But that stuff, you don't want to touch that stuff. It will hurt, it will burn you for sure. These ones we could probably call, yeah, we gotta call them something. Maybe we could call the poltergoops, or like the goops, the goopers. No, not the gooper. We could call them the. I want to call them like the melters or something. I think melters is a good term. But yeah, that's all, folks.